Hi, I am here with a call from GutID. And so please tell us, why is your test transformational regarding the microbiome?
So basically, we all know the microbiome, gut bacteria in the body is incredibly important to our health and our health outcomes. There's tens of thousands of research papers out there. It's connecting the microbiome to all sorts of health outcomes from various cancers, diabetes, addiction, behavioral problems, MS and Parkinson's, and many, many more. So this is so important. And remember, you have 22,000 human genes, but 2 million bacterial genes. Why is this ignored by healthcare? Like conventional healthcare completely ignores this. Well, the problem has been there hasn't been the technology to see it. And for you to have an actionable test, a test you can actually make and implement in healthcare, and there's no shortage of microbiome tests out there, but they're not really microbiome tests because they're not truly actionable. And so to be actionable, you have to have a complete picture of the microbiome. That means you have to be able to see all bacteria and not just the 10, 20, 30, or even like tens of thousands that some firms have in their database. You've got to be able to see the world of millions, billions, potentially trillions of bacteria. So this is the first test using Titan 1, which is NGS-based DNA sequencing technology to identify the bacteria. This is the only test in the world using that technology, and it's the first test which really gives you a complete picture of the microbiome. If you miss one bacteria in a result, well, all of your proportions, all of your relative abundance can radically change, and it can mean that you've gone from thinking you have a healthy microbiome to a bad microbiome. And we know that, for example, dysbiosis can lead to disease. Dysbiosis can lead to IBS, gut function issues. And you got to understand the balance and whether you have dysbiosis. And that means seeing everything. And again, this is the first test to do that.
Some other ones, they only test for the specific strains that they know they can test for, versus yours is doing everything that they see.
That's right. That's the difference. So we've really flipped this upside down. Everybody else has to go and if you think of books, for example, they can only tell you the books that they have in their library. So if you give them a book, they only know what it is if they can look in their library. You can bring a whole pile of books to us and we can tell you a lot about those books. We may not know the exact strain because it could be a brand new book or a brand new bacteria, but we can give you how much of your microbiome it represents. We can tell you if your microbiome is going to be out of balance or not.
So have you had a moment to walk around? Can you tell me, is there anything that you've seen at the Ultimate Wellness Conference that has been eye-opening for you?
There's lots of specific vendors and partners here who have really impressed me with their technology, what they're bringing to the market. But my main takeaway is it's just this incredible group of people, both on the vendor side and the participant side, who are so open-minded, so forward-thinking, and it really gives me a lot of hope and optimism that we can really change the system. So today we live in a world where medicine is really about when you get sick, it diagnoses you when you're sick, it treats you when you're sick. Well, this whole world is about optimizing health, preventing disease, and it's fantastic to be here and be part of that. GutID is a very, very central part of people's strategies around that.
Can you share with us what is one daily habit?
Making sure you have enough fiber in your diet is critical. Add fiber if you need to. Fiber powers diversity, and diversity powers microbiome health.
We will take that tip.